The Maya believed in many, many gods. They believed their gods could help or hurt them. They worshipped their gods every day. Religion was at the heart of everything they did. Gods lived everywhere, but especially in the heavens. The Maya believed in a heaven, an earth, and an underworld. Earth was for the living. Heaven was the home of the gods. A piece of the heavens was reserved for the Maya afterlife. They believed their ancestors lived in this little piece of heaven, but kept a watchful eye on their relatives still alive on earth. The poor buried their dead under the floor of the house to make it easier for their ancestors to know what was going on. Nobles were buried in tombs, but they too believed that their ancestors watched over them. The Maya also believed in an underworld. This was the place of awe. The Maya underworld was not a good place. It was a place where demons lived. If the Maya people did not worship in the right way, the demons would be released and able to leave the underworld and attack the Maya people. This was a huge fear. The Maya held many religious ceremonies to make sure the demons and other evil creatures who lived in the underworld stayed in the underworld. Priests wore masks and costumes at these religious ceremonies to scare the demons. They wanted to appear stronger and more fierce than the demons, so the demons would stay away. No women in the Maya world ever looked in a mirror. It was too dangerous. The Maya believed that creatures from the underworld could reach through a mirror and yank you into a place of awe. Men would look into a mirror as an act of courage. The Maya believed in blood sacrifice. Bloodletting was common. At some festivals, the Maya would cut themselves so they would bleed. This was one way they offered blood to the gods to keep the gods happy. Sometimes they sacrificed animals, especially goats. On occasion, when the need was great and their problems were many, they also used human sacrifice. When they had to sacrifice a person or an animal, the priests first painted them blue. That was the sacrifice color of the ancient Mayas. One way a human sacrifice was conducted was to throw the victim down a well. If they were still alive by morning, obviously the gods wanted that person to live. But some people were not given a chance to survive. They were simply killed. Most human victims of sacrifice were slaves, but anyone could be chosen. The selection of what or who would be sacrificed was up to the priests. Their decision was final. That gave the priests incredible power. The priests and the nobles made up the upper class of the Maya people. The merchants and traders were the middle class. The farmers and slaves were on the bottom. The nobles ran the government. The priests ran everything else. Some priests also held government jobs. The nobles might have believed they were in charge, but it was the priest who had real power. The Maya people believed their priests could talk to their gods. The priests told the people what the gods had to say. No matter what your class, there was no arguing with the gods. The priests told the people when to plant, when to harvest, when to marry, who to marry, when to make a personal sacrifice, how to behave, and when to go to war. The priests were incredibly powerful. Festivals were held every 20 days in each Maya city to honor the many Maya gods. The priests of each city conducted the religious part of these festivals. They danced on the steps of the temple, wearing elaborate and rather scary costumes so that the people could see them communicating with the gods. There was one type of priest who acted as teachers for the children of the nobles. These priests taught math, science, astronomy, medicine, writing, and of course, religion.